welcome again to our weekly bulletin of engineering information for the radio and television trade. More on the IBA's uplink at Chilworth. This week we see the footprint monitoring and remote control systems in operation. Community radio, there's Spectrum Radio for Greater London, and in Stirling, Centre Sound. In transmitter news, this week's work affecting existing stations and a new television relay, Uplemore in Strathclyde. But first, another visit to Chilworth.
The Independent Broadcasting Authority's uplink for BSB at Chilworth near Southampton, in common with all of the IBA's terrestrial radio and television transmitters, is designed for unattended operation. The condition of each item of the uplink equipment is monitored electronically, and the status of the whole system is readily available to maintenance staff on the station controller display. The station controller also interfaces with the Regional Operations Centre at Croydon, which is responsible for the operation of the IBA's terrestrial transmitters in the south of England. A comprehensive range of alarm indications are built into the monitoring system to alert the operators who can remotely control the uplink equipment by overriding the automatic commands of the station controller. The off-air sound and picture quality is also monitored at Croydon, using similar receiving equipment to that available to the average domestic viewer. As the IBA is the statutory broadcaster for all 5 BSB channels, the coverage and receive signal levels are continuously checked at remote footprint monitoring stations. These are situated on the periphery of the primary service area, where they provide the greatest sensitivity to any movement of footprint bore site position. The footprint monitoring station at Dover has 2 sets of equipment. One receives signals from the Olympus satellite to check for possible interference as it operates on channel 20, the same as BSB. A quiet channel is also measured to determine downlink attenuation resulting from rainfall and other atmospheric effects. The other footprint monitoring stations only receive on BSB channels, continuously recording the signal level and comparing it with the minimum required power level of 59 dBW. The measurements of all of the remote monitoring stations are telemetered to the master station at Croydon. Dr. Mike Holt, in charge of the footprint monitoring system, explains.
Data from the footprint measuring sites is received on this modem and stored on the hard disk of a personal computer. The data itself consists of the power reading in terms of power flux density, decibel watts per square metre, measured on each channel every 2 minutes. In addition, we record the variation during that period and the sky temperature as measured on a quiet channel. This is a graph of the sky noise temperature from 3 of our measurement sites. It shows that at 2 of them the temperature is fairly constant, indicative of fair weather, whereas at the 3rd site there's quite strong variations, probably due to rain fronts passing over the site. At 2 of the sites the power level is fairly constant, as we would expect, but at the 3rd site we have dips in the signal power corresponding to the times at which the sky noise is high. This equipment is so sensitive that we can detect variations of less than half a decibel during the day. From this site in particular, we can see a daily variation, which is probably due to thermal stressing of the satellite antenna. We do an analysis of the data from all the sites and compare it with the predicted levels for various bore site positions in order to get a predicted contour. And this is then available to us to display.
The creation of the DBS uplink with its advanced level of automatic monitoring and remote control, is an achievement demanding expertise available to few organisations in the world today. Unattended operation, which does not compromise quality or availability, is a mark of the competence of transmission system design skills which have been set by the IBA.
This week's transmitter news now, starting in Lancashire, where Granada and Channel 4 from Winter Hill are continuing on reduced power during aerial replacement work. In the Orkneys, the Keelylang Hill transmitter is liable to long periods of reduced power until tomorrow, while aerial maintenance is carried out. There may also be some morning interruptions which will affect all the Orkney and Shetland stations. Starting today, Scottish Television and Channel 4 from the Black Hill transmitter will be liable to periods of reduced power and a few interruptions during aerial replacement. In the Potteries, the Fenton relay is due to be switched off between 8 a.m. and midday today, tomorrow and Thursday for work on the mast structure.
The Abercynon relay near Mountain Ash will be off the air today from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for Electricity Board maintenance. Tomorrow and Thursday morning, the Huntshaw Cross transmitter in North Devon may be off from 5 until 9 o'clock for weather-dependent aerial maintenance. In North Yorkshire, Yorkshire ITV from the Skipton and Skipton Town relays will be off in the early hours of tomorrow from 2 until 5 for re-engineering work. And in the North York Moors, the Bilsdale transmitter will be liable to interruptions around 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. during Electricity Board work. On Thursday morning in North East Scotland, the Rumster Forest transmitter will be off from 7 until midday during Electricity Board work.
Back to Wales, the Shryn On near Barmouth and Dolgethley relays will be off from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. on Thursday for Electricity Board maintenance. And in the valleys of South Wales, the Abertillery, Blaenau and Blaenau Gwent relays will be off from 5 until 6 a.m. on Thursday and 5 until 6:30 a.m. on Friday for Electricity Board work. Finally, looking ahead to next Monday, mast work is scheduled to begin at Cordbeck in Cumbria, so there will be a number of morning shutdowns starting with breaks between 6 a.m. and 12 noon on Monday and Tuesday, weather permitting. This will also affect Border and Channel 4 from Selkirk, but not the relays in the southern part of the Lake District.
A reminder now that Crystal Palace, Emley Moor and Wenvoe have been joined in official NICAM digital stereo service by Mendip and its relays serving the west of England. Winter Hill is due on the 4th of June, although both stations have been radiating NICAM test signals for some weeks. Black Hill in central Scotland is due next, in June.
A new television relay is now on the air at Uplermore in Strathclyde to extend the UHF service to a population of about 480 in the villages of Uplermore and Lugton. An additional 20 people who receive a marginal service from Black Hill will also benefit from this station. Scottish television programmes will be on Channel 61, with Channel 4 on 54. Group CD aerials are required with vertical polarisation. Uplermore is now on the air.
This year's Confederation of Aerial Industries exhibition and seminars is being held at the IBA's London headquarters on Wednesday the 6th and Thursday the 7th of June. Ring the CAI on 071 828 0625 for tickets and further details of what again promises to be a first-class event.
Radio next, and there are 2 stations this week. For Greater London, a new 24-hour medium-wave incremental station, Spectrum Radio, now on test from Chelsea on 558 kHz. Programmes, which will be multicultural for a wide-ranging international audience, are due to begin in early June. From 6 a.m. to 1 p.m, there will be general English language programming with schedules aimed mainly at specific cultures at other times. During the test transmissions from Spectrum Radio, there have been some reception problems, but we are trying to remedy this situation as quickly as possible.
There's also a new community station for Stirling, Centre Sound. The transmitter at Earls Hill, to the southwest of Stirling, is now on test on 96.7 MHz with vertical polarisation. Programmes of easy listening music and general interest information for the local population of about 150,000, with news bulletins from ITN, are due to begin at 6 a.m. on the 4th of June.
And that's all for this week, but do get in touch if you have any technical queries on independent broadcasting. Our address, Engineering Information, Independent Broadcasting Authority, Crawley Court, Winchester, Hampshire, SO21 2QA. Our telephone number is Winchester, that's 0962 822 444. Office hours are 8:30 to 4:30, at other times there's an answering machine. And during office hours you can make it a local call from anywhere in the country by dialing our link line, that's 0345 07 8787. We hope you'll set your VCRs for next Tuesday morning at 5:45, but in the meantime, from Janet Solkeld and from me, Adrian Good, goodbye from Crawley Court.